King Aerys II summoned Tywin Lannister to the Red Keep after the death of Sir Harlan Grandison. With a vacant seat among the Kingsguard, the Mad King mentioned that Cersei had suggested her twin brother Jaime for the honor. Tywin's posture stiffened. He had never intended for Jaime to take vows that would prevent marriage or inheritance. His son was destined to marry Lysa Tully and forge a powerful alliance with House Tully, not serve as a glorified bodyguard. Aerys's lips curled into a cruel smile as he mocked Tywin, accusing House Lannister of scheming to place their son within the very heart of the royal court. Tywin, seeing the trap, gracefully declined the suggestion without protest. Aerys rejected Jaime's name, pleased to insult Tywin one more time. Tywin left the throne room silently, yet inwardly relieved. Thus, Jaime Lannister never became the youngest knight of the Kingsguard. Instead, Sir Alliser Thorne was given the White Cloak. Tywin immediately pushed forward Jaime's betrothal to Lysa Tully. Cersei was crushed. Jaime was quiet. His heart was never in the match, but his father's command was law. The Golden Twins, once inseparable, now found themselves on diverging paths. Jaime remained at Casterly Rock, groomed day by day to succeed his father. Tywin drilled into him the duties of a lord, the weight of legacy, and the brutal calculus of power. Jaime proved competent but never inspired. Ruling was strategy, not purpose. As discontent smoldered across Westeros, Robert's rebellion sparked into flame. Jaime urged his father to choose a side swiftly. The Mad King had proven too unstable to protect his realm, let alone the great houses that served him. Tywin hesitated. Rebellions were fires that burned out quickly or consumed everything. He sent a token force of 6,000 under a lesser bannerman to support Robert Baratheon without fully committing the Lannister name. At the Battle of the Trident, that force arrived just in time to help tip the balance. When Robert's warhammer shattered Rhaegar's breastplate, it was the Lannister cavalry that secured the field. But Jaime watched it all from afar. When Tywin finally marched to King's Landing, he did so under the pretense of loyalty. But as the gates opened, his soldiers sacked the city. In Aerys's final madness, he ordered the wildfire caches ignited. Green fire burst through the Sept of Baelor, the dragon pit, and beneath the cobblestones. The Red Keep trembled. Tywin, too close to the blast while giving commands in the city, vanished in the inferno. All that remained was a charred lion clasp later found by Ned Stark. The city burned. The Mad King perished in his throne room, alone and laughing. Jaime, safe at Casterly Rock, received word. He was now Lord of the Westerlands. Jaime married Lysa Tully soon after, out of duty, not love. The union produced heirs, but the marriage remained cold. Jaime missed Cersei. Cersei, meanwhile, married a wealthy and aging Valyrian lord across the narrow sea, yet her influence never waned. Their secret affair endured, whispers stretching across oceans. With the capital destroyed, Robert Baratheon established his new court in Duskendale. Seeking to cement ties with Dorne, he married Samira Martell. To the surprise of many, their union blossomed into genuine respect and affection. Their daughter, Brila Baratheon, was raised in courtly grace and taught the arts of diplomacy and war. Far across the sea, Viserion Targaryen and his sister Daenerys were smuggled to Braavos by Barristan Selmy and Sir William Darry. Viserion grew into a quiet and solemn man. Haunted by the fire that consumed his family and home, he listened to Barristan's stories of honor, kingship, and restraint. He trained with mercenaries but held no illusions of reclaiming the Iron Throne. He watched, learned, and carried the ghost of Westeros in his gaze. Years passed. On a diplomatic mission to Braavos, Princess Brila was attacked by hired assassins. Viserion intervened. Steel met steel in a moonlit alley. When the blades fell silent, Brila owed her life to the exiled prince. Gratitude turned into connection. She saw in him not a threat, but a man tempered by tragedy. When they danced at a Braavosi feast, the court whispered. Viserion later appeared before Robert Baratheon at Harrenhal. There he declared before lords and ladies that he renounced all claims to the throne. The hall was silent. Robert, older and wearier, offered a mocking pardon. Samira's eyes, however, gleamed with the hope of peace. But peace was fragile. Evidence surfaced of a conspiracy. Oren Waters, now a naval lord of ill repute, was linked to plots to resurrect Targaryen power. Documents suggested ties to Cersei, still whispering from afar. Jaime, too, was named. Robert erupted. In fury, he ordered Viserion's arrest. Brila defied him. Chaos descended on the court. Viserion escaped under cover of night, aided by loyal sellswords and discontented lords from the Riverlands. The realm fractured. Some rallied behind Robert. Others, especially those tired of his rule or still loyal to the Targaryen name, turned to Viserion. Jaime Lannister emerged from his shadows, raising the Lannister banners in support of Viserion. War loomed once more. Brila rode alongside Viserion, not as a hostage or princess, but as a believer in a different future. The two shared strategy, hope, and quiet moments between marches. Robert summoned his banners. Renly Baratheon led a bold cavalry flank, bolstered by the famed dragon knights of old. The final battle came on the field south of Maidenpool. Steel clashed. Dragons of history met stags of rebellion. In the center, Robert faced Viserion in single combat. Warhammer against longsword. The fight was brutal. Viserion stood tall, but Robert's strength wore him down. As Robert raised his hammer for the final blow, Brila threw herself between them, her eyes pleaded, her voice trembled. All of Robert's children stood with her. Time stopped. The king saw the world he had built, the lives lost, the weight of another war. He lowered his weapon. The field quieted. No victor was declared. But peace, again, had a chance. In the aftermath, Oren Waters confessed to manipulating all sides. Cersei was captured and executed publicly. Jaime fell on the battlefield defending Brila. His final words were of Cersei. Robert relinquished the Westerlands to Tyrion Lannister, who had spent the war managing supplies and brokering fragile truces. He named Stannis the new Lord of Storm's End and began rebuilding the realm. Brila and Viserion married in the ruins of Harrenhal, the halls echoing with songs of love and loss. Their union marked a rare chapter in Westerosi history, where peace did not come through conquest, but forgiveness, and yet even as the realm healed, whispers endured. Somewhere in the east, ships gathered. In the frozen north, shadows stirred. The Game of Thrones never ends. It only pauses. Because in Westeros, peace is never permanent. Only the players change. And the next storm always waits just beyond the wall.